Hello everyone, it's me, Hyper here, and I do apologise, this video is out on a Tuesday. My weekend was very busy, so here is week 2 of Rising Phoenix Season 1. Here's the weekend review. So actually we'll start off by saying what's gone down in terms of the league. So we've had to say goodbye to Haswas and Luke Vessel YouTube. Both of them were quite dangerous drivers, and we had to let them go, and we made sure they understood that those are the reasons. So they've been let go. We have also reassigned a few teams to certain people so that they can now be more strongly competing. So 2 new drivers have joined, which are in the Renault. We have Red Phoenix rejoining Rising Phoenix since Season 0, and also rejoining Rising Phoenix in the Force India is Mr. Dude 03. So I want to welcome those 2 back to the league. And the other driver move is BJ, whom was going to be in Renault. However, due to those 2 returning, we have put him in Team Reserve, and he is now their leading point scorer. So well done, BJ. You are the leader of Team Reserve. I'm proud of you. Up next, I want to talk about penalty points. So currently, there is a driver on 5 penalty points, being the only Ferrari driver that's been here recently, and that has been F1 Grosjean, aka F1 Mansel's back. He has got 5 penalty points, just due to silly and reckless driving, and also for penalties at Canada. Now, if people know, if you get 18 penalties, it's a race ban, and you get up to 30, then you're completely out the league. So he's already a 6th of the way there, and he's only raced twice. So he's got to start making better decisions for himself and for his team. Obviously, at the moment, he is his team's... Oh, wait, no, he's not his team's leading point scorer, because they've both got no points. Ooh, I'll just let that burn there for a second. Now, other than that, quite a few drivers did pick up penalties at Canada, and unfortunately, a lot of our drivers have got penalty points from that race. And, we're quite sad to see that happen, but you have to take action when people are deciding to cut corners. Well done to those of you who still don't have penalty points. I will just shout out the notable ones: Black Phoenix, Bazooka Joe, Crackerjack, Agent Limitless, oh wait, he didn't race, RKI, only raced once in all fairness, and Colin as well. So well done to all of you for not picking up penalties. That's a good little job. Now, as you'll see in a second, I will put up the standings from last race, and I'll go through them as well, and then we'll talk about the gap between, the drivers, and we'll just give a little bit of whatever. So yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll have the constructors right after, as per usual, and then it'll be a goodbye from me. So here are the drivers' standings. So as you saw, first place in the standings is Black Phoenix in his McLaren with 77 points. 3 wins out of 3 for the man in the McLaren. He is up in first. In second is Jonas with 40 points. 40 points, yeah. 37 points behind Black Phoenix. So the racing point, if I could go the right way, is quite a while behind and needs a lot to catch up. In third, we have one of the 2 Alpha drivers, and that is Bazooka Joe with 27 points. In fourth, we have both Paraplays and Crackerjack. Paraplays wins it on most points scored recently. So the 2 of them really fighting for that number 1 Mercedes seat. And I tell you what, it's going to be hard to tell between these 2. And then in 6th place is Tibson, the other Alpha driver, with 18 points. Raced for the first time at Canada, came second. So well done him. Then down in 7th place is Agent Limitless, currently carrying his Williams team here, also with 18 points. Then in 9th is Swanee in the Red Bull with 17 points. In 10th and rounding up our top 10 is RKI with 15 points. Now in 11th and 12th are BJ and M. Polanco with 14 points and 8 points respectively. In 13th place is Swanee's teammate Racing Maestro with 7 points. In 14th place is F1 Buttons Back with 6 points. 15th place is Hazard UK with 4 points. And 16th place, the only point scorer for Haas so far, is Colin with 1 point. And then obviously we have F1 Grosjean, RTYT, Ace Speed, Mr. Dude, Red Phoenix, Hassan Daddy, SR Phoenix and Owen Cat all yet to have scored points. So now that the drivers are done, I will pass you over to about 20 seconds time me for the constructors. Actually, I'm not passing myself over. Do ignore that because yeah, I forgot something. I forgot to explain what the arrows mean. So if you go back a bit, you'll see that there are some arrows that are understandings that maybe a bit confusing. They are for positions gained and lost. So this week's star performer is Tibson, obviously gaining, well, and by gaining most places, that's what I mean by star performer, it's Tibson who's gained 13 places, closely followed by his teammate who's gained 12. And this week's worst performer, unfortunately, has to go to F1 Buttons Back, F1 Grosjean and RTYT Sadiablo have all dropped down 6 places. Sadiablo unfortunately wasn't here, but Buttons Back and Grosjean both losing out quite a few positions. So now I'll pass you over to Constructors Championship me, and this time I'm actually going there. So as you've just heard from past me, we're here for the Constructors standings. In first place is McLaren with 63 points, looking quite... 83 points, my apologies. Looking quite dominant this season. In second, and up 9 places. Yeah, you heard that right. 9 places. Is Alfa Romeo with 45 points. In third is Mercedes with 44 points. In fourth is Racing Point with 40 points. In fifth is Red Bull with 35 points. In sixth is Team Reserve with 22 points. In seventh, also tying with Team Reserve, are Williams with 22 points. And yeah, Team Reserve do go above due to having earned points in the last race. In eighth is Toro Rosso with 15 points. In 9th is Renault with 2 points. In 10th is Haas with 1 point. And in 11th is the Ferrari with 0 points. So I've already said the best team so far, and that was the Alfa Romeo. But the worst team from this week has either got to be the Ferrari or the Williams, both going down 3 positions each. And not looking like a good start for the Ferrari team. Or in fact, Haas, one of their one of their other teams who have their engineers. Not engineers, sorry, engines. So it's not looking too good. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's race review. Obviously, this week was Canada and, well, Bahrain, then Canada. Join us next week on Friday and Saturday for USA and Mexico, and then hopefully have a Sunday or Monday for the week review, where you might have me, you might have someone different. You never know until that happens. So I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.